Is it about to get intense? Oh, this doesn't have like window mode or some shit. Yo, does this not have any settings at all? This game doesn't have any settings? Yo, this game doesn't have a window mode, it doesn't have any settings. Was this made in 1920? Legit, I thought the game was based in that. Like, I think we might be back in time right now. Okay, there's no tutorial, nothing, no introduction, it was just that's it? In like legit 320p or some shit. All right. At least I can log into this system unlike my FAA thing. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Yo, can I get a tutorial? Like, I'm not even kidding. What am I supposed to do? Oh, this game is not getting good ratings already. Introduction to the Logic Database. Computer technology is the backbone of modern police work. The Logic Database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitalize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be the most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. This database contains footage transfers from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. It has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed, and the content of the testimony is attached to each clip. To retrieve a clip, type in a word into the search field. So click search, and the database will return all clips in which the speaker uses that word. To narrow a search, use multiple words. Robbery supermarket. If you are working from a printed transcript, you can be even more precise. Use inverted commas to search for an exact match against the entire statement. Yes, I was there. To store a clip for later reference, click add to session. Also, if you wish to add additional tags on your own to help future searches, please click in the user tags box and type in your desired tags. For any further assistance, please contact the department's information technology representative. Police information technology organization. Yeah, they don't return calls or emails, so. Here's the database. I filed a Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the original tapes of 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective's footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time. Beach, I don't know what am I supposed to be doing here? What the frick is this? Dude, I'm so confused what's happening right now. What am I supposed to be solving though? Like, there's no like objective. Wait, I don't understand. What is going on here? Oh, anti-glare. That looks much better. Well, I don't know, guys. Do you like it when it's more like ooh or like ooh?
A black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
I'm so confused what's
My
happening.
name is Hannah. H-A-N-N-A-H. It's palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards.
We know what that means.
It doesn't work if you mirror it though. It's not quite symmetrical, but well, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith. I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Narcissistic. Okay. How you spell palindrome? No autocorrect, yo, for real. Okay, just sounds narcissistic already. I don't understand like where I'm supposed to be doing stuff. Like what am I supposed to be doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna Google this. Or I don't want to accidentally spoil it for myself. Like, I thought I was supposed to solve something. Like, what is my objective right now?
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things. Really beautiful things. A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
You can't remember the number, but you can remember where the phone exactly was. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. There's no winning. The player's goal is simply to understand who the woman is and what happened. It will take most players a couple hours to get a good feel for the story, but they can keep searching the database for additional people. Wait, there's no answer? I should have looked it up before. Bro, I thought there was an answer. Is there really no answer? You just sit here and just look at the thing? There's no answer? Nah, bro, they're trolling. They're fucking trolling. Award-winning narrative. Bro, there's no objective. Your job is to search the database using keywords gleaned from the clips. Watch a clip, take note of places or people or things or events, and use those keywords to discover new clips. That's the game. It's fascinating in its vagueness, giving us a distinct objective, but no distinct goal. Gosh dang it, man. Is that the same thing with the Telling Lies one? Telling Lies must be the same thing. This got so many good reviews, though. I can't win? How do you know if you found the answer? Do you just have to assume what happened? She ain't gonna openly admit that she murdered someone. Can I get a notepad? I'm so sad. Oh my god. Really? I can't get like a notepad?
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. I bought a photo. They said a spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have. I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby.
Was she a miscarriage?
We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
What is up with her and symmetrical names? She's got a problem with symmetrical names. That's so freaking weird. Alright, so this one was recorded on 6/18, and the interview in that one is 6:30. So that one came after this one.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells.
Why is she so detailed?
Like you said, it was very romantic.
I don't know what to tag though.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there.
Nice tap, bro. So, you know, whatever, we can just solve. Does it tell you if you, like, win? Like, how do you know if your story that you guess is correct? Holy crap.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not books so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
Okay, that's actually some really relevant information. I'm about to bring up a notepad for myself. So that's like relevant information. So for some reason we find this dead body and there's glasses, we probably know what he was doing. If that makes sense. Will this still play through? Dude, I'm actually about to use like a notebook, you guys. It keeps exiting out. Well, I don't know if y'all care that I'm gonna play this, but I kind of want to play it. Even though there's no objective, I'll make it objective for myself. My head's gonna hurt, I think. Let's see the hang of it. I mean, we just keep watching a thingy, but like there's no objective, you know what I mean? Well, we just have to watch a bunch of stuff. I think that's it. I don't think there's really much to it. Okay, let's watch that again though.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar.
Where's my subtitles?
Down here near his stomach, past his hip.
Where'd my subtitle go? Let's add to session.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not books so much, or watching TV. He likes TV. No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Okay. Just like the photo, he's not got the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not books so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
Okay, so that's kind of relevant, I'm sure, because we find him without the glasses.
A long time. We got married when I was 17.
That's it? Why did that come up under name? Or no, when? Oh, when. Married when 17.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Why is she so concerned about random things?
Sure. Yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there. He has a wallet, a huge, silly thing, leather, real leather.
Why is she so detailed like that?
He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket.
Yeah, this is
That's why
fake.
he's got a bad back. He sets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him. He always takes it out of his back pocket before, when he comes in, if he's in the house.
That didn't make any sense. Yeah, this is all fake, I'm pretty sure. I kind of want to keep it to that same day. Is there a way that we can keep it in June? Dang, I was hoping we could like see all the things from that day.
There's married couple stuff. A stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to.
Fact. Alright, fight. Or I should say, fight argument. Wait, how does this work? If I type in fight, will it come up? Oh, well, okay. That's cool.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show.
Well, it's not looking good for you, lady.
I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see you. His parents haven't heard anything either. He was wearing
A shirt,
a
nice.
shirt,
Nice.
the blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss.
Was he
Eric.
wearing it? You keep mentioning
He
Eric.
had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
That is so frickin' sus. Throw that. Sure. Oh, it's getting spicy. Bro, like, if he was wearing a coat... Okay, was he wearing that when he went missing, Billy?
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one.
A card.
He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one.
What is up with this Eric person? Sounds like card and money.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next? No, it was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week. His body did not real.
What, they found him?
His throat. It looked like his throat had been cut.
What?
And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick glasses. He doesn't always wear.
What do the glasses have anything to do with it? What's up with the music? Okay, so he's dead, obviously. And if I was the wife that found my husband murdered, I would totally be worried about the fact he wasn't wearing his glasses. So, okay. What is up with this music? You can't even turn it off. Okay, he wasn't wearing glasses, guys. Which means he was watching TV, reading a book, or taking a picture. Because that's apparently when he doesn't wear his glasses. Okay, this is so odd. Good thing she seemed to start crying.
Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back.
What?
I think I was 5. It was my birthday.
Wait, what?
My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday.
What?
I waved back and we just spent ages waving at each other and copying each other's movements.
This chick seems psychotic. She definitely murdered him. Something's not right here. Something is not right.
Rehearsed? You ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer. Is that your evidence? Of course I thought about what happened then. It's all I've thought about. My husband is dead.
Well then.
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets.
What do you mean?
It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon.
I would want to give up my secrets.
No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
I would give up the secrets if I found my husband murdered.
You're reaching here. Oh, I don't know why. No, I've never cheated on anyone. I've never taken anything from anyone.
That has nothing to do with cheating, honestly.
Simon is dead. But I have my baby to care for.
What? Is she pregnant or no?
Why are you trying to make me sad?
What do you mean?
Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs?
Because what, the child's not his?
You cheated on your wife. Is this your thing?
Did you have a miscarriage?
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and
Wait, Hannah.
left her infertile.
She's talking like in the third person.
Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school.
Why is she talking in the third person like that?
And then
Yeah, I kind of want to move my face cam back up here, but I don't know if that'll block anything. She's like talking in the third person.
Hannah had a miscarriage.
Yo, can, like,
This was late.
is it better to have it at the bottom or the top? I'm just gonna leave it at the, I'm gonna leave it at the bottom. Oh my god, I have OCD problems. I'm so freaking sorry, guys. Please don't hate me. Holy nuts. Okay, everything's fine. She's wacko, that's why. I want to put third person because she, or I should just put Hannah because she's speaking in the third person for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
I'll just put that even though it's going to come up probably anyways.
Yeah. They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed.
What?
And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that, it was just like, fuck. Yeah. They'd gone to bed feeling ill.
Who'd gone to bed
I
feeling
had to use my key to let them in. We went to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in.
I had to
We
use my
found them
key.
dead and
It must be some relative.
then my parents died.
Oh, nice. Everyone's dying. It's-
It was the worst year of my life.
I've heard that a lot.
A miscarriage and then my parents.
And then apparently you're finding... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Maybe the parents were the ones that were found dead. They both sat there dead. Okay, that's... Oh, God, the music.
No. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months.
8 months.
We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
Am I gonna get copyrighted for the music, bro? That'd be so sad if I can't post this on YouTube because of the music.
Yeah. 1984 was an awful year in the end.
Everything's awful in your life.
We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer.
Right.
It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful.
Okay.
Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up.
Because there's
Because of the
bugs.
heat. It's just awful.
Yeah, I keep hearing that it's awful. Okay, but she lost the baby in 84. I'm legit writing this down. Her parents died before she... Or no. She lost the baby and then the parents died in the summer. They were sitting there forever, okay. I'm gonna put 1984.
Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches,
What the frick is this chick on?
magical mirrors, and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
Probably genuinely believes she didn't kill her husband. Holy frick, this chick is like...
If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too.
That's not how these
A
things work.
grazed knee, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull out Hannah's to match.
What?
Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. But she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days.
What? What, does she have a twin?
She frozen peas up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies was synchronized anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
Hi, Prez, how are you? What? It sounds like a twin. I don't even know what to tag that as. I don't know, mirror. I'll just put mirror or something. Can the music relax? It's so loud.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing.
No one asks about you.
I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. It helps make sense of my day.
Yeah, I can see that.
When you're forced to put something into words, just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
Get it? That's funny.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time.
What?
The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
What?
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
The frick is a till? Ran the videos to be authentic. Oh, that's
The story
cool.
starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind, but she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending.
What?
Is that too much?
I earned a thing. I earned a thing. A reward. I earned a thing on Xbox, guys. Oh, I don't know my password, Beach. I earned a trophy. Yay me. Yeah, that's actually really cool that they ran it through VHS. What did I earn? What did I earn? Oh, a Rapunzel story. Dumb. Okay. Where?
I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. When I woke up, I came straight back.
Oh, that doesn't sound like what you said earlier.
Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there. And I... Excuse me. Is there a bin?
What?
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days.
What do you mean?
I'm pregnant.
Oh.
It's morning sickness.
It is not morning sickness. It's 8:57 in the evening. Oh, wait. These are like at this on the... Yeah, these happen literally right next to each other.
I hoover my dust every week. Maybe
What
less.
is Hoover? Vacuum?
I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books.
Why are you so exact?
Cigarettes inside.
How would you know
And
that?
she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack.
What do you mean? You would have had to open it to know
I
that.
mean, all those years of marriage. And she still has a secret like that.
She's trying to frame someone, isn't she? She's trying to put blame on someone. Who was that?
I once asked
Eleanor. Whoever Eleanor is. Who the frick's Eleanor? I forgot what her name. I forgot.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
Feel sorry for them.
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door.
Why are the keys in the
lock was
bag?
unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later.
Or while you're
and I was
exhausted, you probably
surprised
just
to
murdered your
see
husband.
No one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I
Why?
decided to come and see you.
Oh.
That enough? Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Jesus Christ, that scared me!
Yes. Not say. It's more just...
Oh, I got more trophies. Hi, Rashid.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us. There's always been pressure.
Mm.
No. I'm not sure what Strange would be, but he hasn't been acting odd. He's been busy at work, but nothing too stressful. No. I'm not sure what Strange would be, but he hasn't been acting odd.
Thank you very much for the follow. Oh, is your name Perez? Didn't you come by the stream before?
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus, he had that look.
Oh,
He looked like a fairy tale prince.
what the frick happens in the Rapunzel book? Did someone murder her? Oh my god, she like wanted to reenact some kind of fairy tale, huh?
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaziers.
Hmm. Wait, they met at 17 and got married at 17? I like the fake hard drive noises when searching for something. Nice touch.
Diane is really nice.
Okay, who's Diane?
She helps out with the Glaziers, organises the Christmas
Glaziers?
party,
What the
that
frick
sort
even
of
is
thing.
that?
They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Everyone seems to be looking out for you. Too many people, I can't remember who's who.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the Glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. Diane is really nice. She helps out with the Glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Guess this probably doesn't really need to be tagged.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer.
Hang on a second. We didn't see this already? It still had the eyeball like we hadn't seen it.
Okay.
Is this her telling the story again? Let's see.
I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house, I knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in, Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly into the living room, nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom, he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you.
I can see about the rehearsing part.
That enough?
Is that the same story we just heard? It didn't show that we had already looked at that. She looked to the right. Hang on. This is like a really odd comment. Okay, came home. Here we go. This is the same story.
Pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you.
Okay, so yeah, she messed up. I didn't even catch that. She didn't, okay. She lied. She doesn't know who she called. Okay. All right. Okay. So, let's reversing. All right. So on 6:30, she says that she called Doug and Eleanor, but that's not what she said in the other one. I don't know spell. And then in the other one, which it was the July 7th, which was not July 7th, July 1st, which was literally the next day, right? She's called someone else. She says she called, Simon's parents.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked where I was. I called again.
And then she also... She also mentioned the parents hadn't heard from him either. Go back.
So, he was waited all day. They had a job. Rock, that's our local. He still wasn't back this morning. I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room.
What'd you find out so far? Have you seen this,
Cammy? We should
Cammy?
get married. I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
All right. So it was a forced marriage, it seems. She met him at 17, got pregnant at 17, and was married at 17. Interesting.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back, me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there. It was another year before we started sleeping there.
It was not the year before we started sleeping there.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. And we moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came.
If it came, like you were gonna expect something.
It was a nice change. Time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
Right now, all we know. This is all over the place. Hang on. We just know that the husband was dead. Apparently his throat was cut. She doesn't know how that happened, obviously. And she was pregnant at one time, had a miscarriage at 8 months. And her parents are dead as well. I'm not even sure how I can like word this to you, to be honest with you.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate.
Okay, that's what they're saying.
Mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, I mean, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
I wonder if she poisoned him. She probably poisoned him because they said just don't poison the kids, remember? In English preferably, I would hope.
Thing was wrong.
Does she eat mushrooms?
The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need.
Did she just smirk?
We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there.
Oh.
The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
Why do you need to know all that? So isn't that ironic? I'm too intelligent.
No.
Are we supposed to assume she's guilty too?
Most of the windows were
Why can't you freaking pause this? I don't know. I'm assuming she is. Yeah, I think we're supposed to piece together the story and figure out what happened.
No, they were shut. Most of the windows. No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad.
No one asked.
Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
Bro, what? How do I know how far I've gone? How do I know how much footage I've watched? How do I know? What's this mean?
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought.
Oh, did you know?
I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff. Sad stuff.
What? Who does that?
When we lived there. About the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff, stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place.
What?
I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back.
Torch?
That's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body.
What?
I screamed and that's when I called the police.
No, because earlier you said you saw that his throat was cut. Okay. You're gonna tell me that your husband was found in your own house. Your own house. The husband is found in a bag in the own house. The first time we talked about when you saw your husband, you said his throat was cut. All of a sudden now you screamed how you could see that with a fucking torch? How did you not smell the body decomposing? This is the most sus thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, oh, we put in the cellar the things we don't need anymore. And then she freaking smiled after, and oh man. Wow, isn't that kind of crazy how she must not have needed the father anymore and just put him in a bin downstairs.
The police station. Yeah.
Did it need him? Yeah.
When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off. I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the
He him down the
fare.
stairs.
He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police.
What?
So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. So my parents let me off.
Eve? Who the frick's Eve?
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice.
Notice what?
They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games. And that Eve was our imaginary friend.
Oh my god.
Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed.
It sounds like she has a twin. That's so weird.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
She was jealous.
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater.
Wow, so, yep, you're more than capable of committing this crime.
There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it under.
Okay, that sounds very sus.
And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up afterwards. It was a love-hate relationship.
Okay! Can you have... How do I organize this? Clip stored in user session. Oh, so distressing, I know. Oh god, what did Hannah do? Can someone explain to Tanks what's happening, maybe possibly? I'm lazy. Oh my god.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
No one must be in here, oh my goodness. See that? It's like she's two people.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Okay.
My mother called me Eve.
Oh, okay. This is intense. Okay, I don't know what's happening. We've got a Hannah and an Eve, and it sounds like the mother wanted two different people. I don't know. I don't even know how to tag that. Oh, frick, I don't know what add to session means either. Oh my lord, this is really confusing. I had to submit.
Let me see. Yes. I drove in here because I remember, well, I went over the river. And then there was a church there. Yeah. And I probably parked, well, I remember seeing a street sign called Princess Street.
Oh, of course.
There it is. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it must be this one. There. No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino.
Oh, nice.
It was this little black thing with white dots.
Thing. She called it a thing.
I didn't think about the cat for that, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
Mm-hmm. I'm a real investigator, man.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything.
What?
Have you looked at the cat flap?
What is up with the cat flap?
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book.
Oh.
The knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
Oh my god. What the fuck's a tap code? Is that cheating by looking it up?
Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any.
What the fuck do they have to do with anything?
Bought a cat anyway. When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages. When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book. The knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
I'm busy right now. I come and watch on Wednesday. Alright, sounds good, Tanks. Thank you.
We loved our cat, Domino.
I thought you didn't have a cat.
He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical. And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
Hi, Schuster. Can you grab a video and move it to the bottom? Yeah, but how, like... I thought you didn't have a cat.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages. We loved our cat.
I forgot. I don't really know what this is used for. You could put add to session, but like I don't know what that means. Identical handwriting sounds sus. Really?
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games. You know, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
Really?
It just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things.
Dude, this reminds
we
me.
were very careful.
Makes me think of that freaking one summer camp.
They would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page.
Oh.
We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. I mean, we would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
This would make. I actually read a book. Oh my god, it was such a long time ago. There was two twins. They were boys. I freaking forgot the name of the book, but I used to read a lot. And they would swap places. Like one would go to school one day, and the other one would go to school the other day. It's like, did she have twins or not? You can collect videos on your user session. You can just upload this part. Oh. Wait, so what? Doesn't that defeat the purpose of searching for it? Hi, Nanners, how are you? Dude, I just keep eating this chocolate here.
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign.
What?
You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon.
So?
We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him. That's what we thought then. That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind. We used to share dreams.
Oh, did you know?
We used to wake up and write them down in our diaries immediately and compare them. He saw me singing one of my shows, pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was. But he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness.
What?
He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
Doing good. Had a great weekend. Had a day off today. Tomorrow's the day off. Hey, let's go, Nanners. I see you have sleep on your side.
Are you sure?
Gosh. Ouch.
What would he be doing in Oxford if there was no conference? I remember calling him. He said it was boring and he spent most of the time at the bar. So I moved out.
Okay.
Got a small bed sit.
The frick's a bed sit in an
Got
apartment?
my tattoo to mark the occasion.
What?
I was singing in a bar in the evenings. So I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since.
What?
I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist.
Bro, what?
Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing the bar again and there he was. And again the next week. He offered to buy me a meal. I told them I had already eaten. And so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to kiss him.
Okay. He asked you?
Romantic.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking.
No. I told her it was one of my boyfriends, someone I had met in the bar. I think she was happy. But I could tell she was thinking, why couldn't it happen to her and Simon? They were the ones with the real life. Why not them?
Okay. This is very intriguing.
Sorry.
Oh, I made a mistake.
Picture, the way it's drawn just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour? Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me.
Okay. It's like a
Do
fun
you want to hear
game.
the story?
No, no one wants to hear a
It's
dumb
a real
story.
life fairy tale.
Oh, here we go. I don't know how to like organize these.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs.
Did she?
It
Coincidental.
was an accident.
Oh, it was
I
now.
read a diary at that point, and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day, and I left.
This.
Walked out and across the street.
Listen, man. Listen, so the parents that you said died weren't actually your real parents. Well, now you have a mother that died at 8 who also had a diary. Oh my god, this is why some people shouldn't reproduce. They just pass down their weird genes to their children. Okay. Unless this isn't Hannah talking.
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's sad.
Why'd you smile?
She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
Well, it sounds like a what do you see moment.
Yes, that's my birthday. Not one of the big ones, but I guess you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was as shy as me. I asked a friend to ask him out for me. We had our first date at the Odeon in North End. We went to see Risky Business. I had on my one best dress.
How does she remember these details?
Simon paid. He bought me a whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth. It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
What?
No. Well, yes. He found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
Oh, that must have been the present. Wait, no. Never mind. I got confused with what she said the one before that.
From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up. Simon was already up, and he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake. Children sang me happy birthday. Then I came home.
Okay, well, why would you?
Got to work.
Why would you get the birthday
Had some
cake
birthday
before the children
cake.
sing happy birthday? I mean, that
Children
doesn't sound
sang me
right.
happy birthday. Then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. It turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left.
Okay, so let me see if I can.
No.
Let's see. Can I?
I wasn't in the house all of Friday night.
That doesn't sound
After the argument, after Simon left, I left too.
Well, if you wanted to get as far away from possible, someone, why would you
I was
leave?
upset and I wanted to get away. So I took the car.
Okay, so what did he take then? Okay.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while.
Yeah.
The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story.
Here we go again.
He made it special.
You're Sherlock Kate today. Custom mirror, okay.
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
It just seems so freaking weird. Good actress, though.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes.
What?
Pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Yo, I wonder... What if it actually wasn't her? What if some psycho wanted to be her? What if some psycho wanted to be her and it actually wasn't her?
The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since. Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Oof.
No. You found out I was pregnant. We spent the wedding night in a hotel.
No,
in
it's, I don't know if it's
It would have been too
schizophrenia.
much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Or genuinely someone tried to... I know we'll come together at the end. That's the point of my my investigation. Or someone literally wanted to be her. Because why would he give the same present to 2 different people, though? Something's not right.
Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby.
What?
I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it. I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do, to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple. I knew it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would, distract you from what was important. It's different now. Now he's... from when I
21.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous. Didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went. Kept changing places in the toilet. We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
Carl. The frick's Carl?
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Bro, what? I know these kind of games existed. Yeah, me neither. Yeah, it's like hard to explain. I really don't know. It's like all made up. This is an actress and everything, but like, yeah, you just have to like search the database for things. And then you have to figure out what happened in the story, basically. I guess. I don't know.
You think it's murder?
No, Beach. He sliced his own goddamn friggin' throat. That's what clearly it's murder.
What can I do to help? Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder? I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
Oh, what's your other half?
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay. Sounds weird. I'm not great at making up stories.
So you have to steal people's stories? That's what I'm hearing?
Yes. I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play out there and make up our own stories.
Did she just say she wasn't good at making up stories?
Okay. Sounds weird. I'm not great at making up stories.
What? Oh, I don't like the way that this swaps. That's freaking annoying. I don't like the way that this works at the bottom, because the whole thing swaps around. That's freaking so stupid.
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, and gave them all really elaborate stories.
But you're not good at making up stories, huh?
Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Bro, the amount of detail in these stories is crazy.
Yes, like a story. A beginning, a middle, and an end. Yes. It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind, but she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much? Well, she has a knife. She's been cooking, I guess. She's been cooking him his favourite meal. She's his wife. And he's asleep and she doesn't want to wake him because he's ill. That's why she's sad. Because he's ill and he might die. It's kind of a sad story, so I'm not sure how it ends.
What the frick is happening? How is all this within, like this is supposed to fit in right here? This isn't gonna work. I have too many things here.
Kenton.
You're looking very detective-y tonight, dude. I'm getting so confused here.
Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question?
That's what I'm saying.
Are you out of your mind? Twins? Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Yo, I guarantee you what happened is one of the twins died at birth, and then they, like, you know how there's, like, those stories kind of like Beyond Two Souls? So it's like her twin is, like, in her head still, you know what I mean? How much you wanna bet? like beyond two souls. So they were like, one was killed at birth and she was alive, but she still has the other twin in her mind or whatever. Guaranteed.
There were always princes and princesses.
Whether or not that's actually a true thing, I don't know, but like that could be a driving force factor for her mental issues.
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical.
Oh, okay, now all of a sudden we're twins.
We were the princesses.
Okay, I already know.
We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
Who was it? Did it say who it was?
There were always
it just says her.
Florence was a warm, kind person.
Yeah, Florence is dead apparently.
But she was broken, I guess.
Aren't we all?
When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin.
What, cookies?
With other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older.
If you don't like your story, you should write your own.
She loved children, planned to have a large family. But her husband died in the war.
That sounds unfortunate.
And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know. A week or so ago. It would have been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in, then want to get up and blitz the house.
What the frick's a lion? What, to sleep in?
Yes. I'll take a lie detector test. I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work?
I don't know.
My name. That was the only question I failed. Your lie detector works.
What? What the frick's chit-chat? Beach relax! Oh, wait. You actually can't type a message? I can't type. Freaking rude. Don't rush the process.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year.
Everyone, Eric.
It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste.
Who the frick?
That time. You must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
I mean... But the watch stopped right when he died? That's weird.
No. I was 15. Carl was
Frick is
older.
Carl?
17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex.
Oh, okay.
We did it in a church once. It's stupid.
Wow, how holy of you. Hey, Matt, what up?
So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know?
No.
Family.
Sure.
I mean, what if they were crazy? You hear about these crazy people all the time. I mean, why would anyone who knew Simon want to kill him?
I don't know. Why'd you want to kill him?
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair?
Simon was having an
Well,
affair.
I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me.
Why wouldn't it have
I mean,
been?
why would I kill Simon? I loved him. An affair? Simon wasn't having an affair. It's like I told you before, I drove. I took the car and drove. I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think, put some space between me and them.
And them.
Everything I told you before is true. I stopped at Glasgow. I was tired, exhausted. I pulled out and I hit a car.
You hit a car.
My car was okay, but I was worried about the baby, so I went to A&E to get the okay. Everything was fine. Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to call Hannah from a payphone. She wasn't answering. And then I decided to drive back. I had decided that she was more important to me than Simon.
What?
I got in the car and I drove.
Here we go again.
I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep. You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's... Yeah. I pulled over and slept in the car. This was just by the side of the road. I was exhausted. I thought it made me sound suspicious. It was stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell.
Well, that's when
the dress was beautiful.
That's when they just get married, like,
They looked like Princess
very
Diana's.
within.
Very
quickly.
Quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car. Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us.
Oh, here we go.
I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity.
What do you mean?
It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze.
What?
We used a hairbrush.
That is not how it works.
After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
Bro, what? That is not how it works.
Really? You're going to ask me about my sex life?
Yes!
Isn't that private?
No!
Are you married?
What? You're gonna ask him
How
about
is
his life?
your sex life?
I love when you get so zoned in on something. Dude, I'm vibing out.
So, our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage.
What, boring?
No! You're talking to the wrong person if you think I'm some kind of slut. If you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys.
No, your other half did.
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates. You could argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help. He tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive-aggressive, so we never normally argue directly about anything. This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing, she tore it off.
Performing, was
she grew tired of fighting and I left.
She a stripper or something?
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant.
Why?
But I couldn't. I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs, parks and alleyways.
Oh, it's not so.
I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me...
I was about to say that, dude.
When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
Bro, what? I think this is gonna take me longer than it said it was gonna take me. How are people finishing this in 2
All
hours?
his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror, and he gave it to me. No, I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water. It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks. No, not drugs. I mean, he drinks, but never very much. He goes to the pub and has one or two. Sometimes we go together. He drinks wine with food, but no, he doesn't have any kind of drinking problem. A wig? You mean... what type of wig? No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
Isn't that just the same thing we just saw?
A wig? You mean... what type of wig? No, I've never worn a... Yes, it was a cremation for the best. We both wore black and had veils, so it was easy. And after the funeral, everyone came back to the house. Hannah served up sandwiches, and I stayed out of sight. Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. I mean, worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation.
How coincidental.
So...
I spell cremation. Oh, what? There's no A. Cremation.
I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time.
I'm getting confused here.
I was depressed. Was still pretty sick of the STD. And I came down one morning and they were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot. And I slept through it.
Did you?
The police said it was a mushroom thing. Dad was a mushroom expert. I mean, he used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognize them. There's no way you would have picked death caps. But the police believed that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
So the sister or whoever is the other half of this person probably killed them, and then someone had to match. She had to match what she did because they do the same thing. This is a game.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they? We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there? She recognized me from the window.
Here we go again.
She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there.
So this is Eve talking.
No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
So Eve murdered, which is expected at this point. So this is Eve talking, which is why when she took the polygraph, right? Everything was right besides the fact that she said she was Hannah. So she's Eve. Wait, no, so Hannah killed. What the frick is happening?
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Oh, you're supposed to lie there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm quite a private person and I didn't want to get into the detail of the argument. The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen. I found the body.
What the frick is this?
Okay. Here's the rest. Oh, they laid a body on the doctor. Oh, the wind and the rain.
Yeah, because this is exactly what I would be doing too if I just murdered my husband. I would bring a guitar into the interrogation room and sing a song.
And the rain, till a fiddler with a fiddle came walking by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle bow of her long hair. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made a fiddle bow of her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made fiddle pegs of her fingers. that the fiddle could play was all the wind and the rain. Yes, the only tune that the fiddle could play was all the dreadful wind and rain. Anything you sing may be used as evidence against you.
What?
Can you imagine? I tried. I tried to get pregnant too, but it didn't happen.
Good singer,
Because it
though.
was so many boys, men. My body refused. I think my period stopped because hers had.
What?
I was pretty ill. I mean, how could we stay the same now? Felt like Hannah had really fucked things up.
Oh, really?
Set us down separate paths. We had become different. I think it was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Amazing, right? This fucking magic sperm. And they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I didn't tell him. I missed 3 periods. I had pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him. Just waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was.
How far do we go in this before, like, before we figure out what actually happened?
Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from a payphone, and then headed back.
Okay, well, earlier you said you were calling, who did you say you were calling from the payphone? Hannah or some shit, didn't she?
I didn't. I slept in the car. I left about 9 that night. I mean, I wasn't there. I sleep on the right side of the bed as you come in from the door. You can tell because I have 2 pillows and he just has 1.
That's right, because earlier when she was telling her story, she looked off. I even noted that she looked over to the right side of her. Where is it? Yeah, looked over right when talking about the bed. Well, it depends which side of the bed you're looking at. I guess. Because if you're looking at the bed when you're walking in, is it the left or the right? Oh, God.
I sleep on the right side of the bed as you come in from the door.
Oh.
On the right side of the bed as you come in from the door.
Well, but that's not helping much because which way is the bed facing? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Either way, you'd be looking over to the right.
Simon was very moral about that sort of thing. He wouldn't just walk out there and sleep with anyone. He wasn't that kind of guy. He took his marriage very seriously.
Did he?
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. Got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam. There were lots of differences between us. Some things one is better than the other at. She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
What? What?
Okay. She's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke the rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad. Maybe it wasn't her fault.
Mm-hmm. That's what they all say.
She looks scared, not guilty.
Oh, I'd be scared too if I was going to jail.
Maybe it was mistaken identity.
What?
Did they catch her there? I don't know.
Dirty look of hair.
What kind of hairs?
What was it?
What kind of hairs?
Bro, here we go again.
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. No. There were two sisters came walking by the sea. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind. See, they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. But he only cared for the youngest one. Oh, the dreadful wind. Oh, the eldest and feed her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful
Man, see, I should have written this down because I get confused who's who. Who held the girl's head down?
floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. Father dear, here swims and swan. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to. There was no one else around.
Okay.
We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it out.
All the dreadful simpering, oh the eldest little face and her long blonde, oh the eldest envied her sister fair, oh the wind and the rain, with her pretty little face and her long blonde hair, oh the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain.
So Hannah's older than it sounds like. So Hannah tried to drown Eve. It sounds like Eve was in the relationship. This is confusing. It's be the weirdest interrogation it's happening in the videos you watch. Dude, for real. Like,
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to come back and stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch.
wow, you had sex together before you danced with each other.
It.
It's a little odd.
It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us. You must be desperate for leads if you're getting hung up over 6-month-old speeding tickets. We were obsessed with fairy tales.
So I've never noticed.
Not just the pretty,
Did you go to your
pretty
family?
ones,
No.
but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper, undressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
This is... I'm lost.
I think when I drove back it was about 8.
I thought you left at 8.
And I got back to the house about 3.
Oh.
3.
Three in the morning?
It was late. Early Saturday morning. No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning. Like I said, I think I was popping out to get something, ran out of something, had to grab something. I sometimes drive too fast. If you want, you can arrest me for that. Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself. I wanted to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that. My reflection would always leave her house and go on adventures, but I never could.
She's the one in the ad.
Mother taught me at home, and I had books and TV. Oh, TV was magical, but it was only on when it wanted to be, so I spent a lot of time reading books.
Who was the one that lived in the attic? Was it Eve in the attic? I don't think I wrote that part down.
Yes. He left after the argument. It was about 8 o'clock. Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spent a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane? I mean, not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. But that would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off Ceefax. And I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
Bro, what?
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess The Rock. You've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong. It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger.
What?
Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck.
Yeah, because the watch will just stop when you get murdered. What?
When you suspect someone of murdering their husband. Okay. So you want to eliminate me as a suspect? That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow, can't be in two places at once.
Well, I guess you can, huh?
This is the third day running you've called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. And they say you've been asking a lot of questions.
Kind of what you do in an interrogation.
About me. Should I be worried? Am I a suspect? Good. happy. I mean, ups and downs like any couple, I guess, but we've been married for over 10 years. Childhood sweethearts. Something like that. Are you married, detective? Cute. You must love them very much. What ages are they? Thanks. Please find Simon. I love him so much.
And she's like, out that beach.
No. I mean, he was... Everyone loves Simon. He was so nice to everyone. He loves me.
So...
I wanted to see my reflection. I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one. One girl. The fairy tale was over.
No, that didn't happen.
The witch
Riley.
was dead.
What?
And I'd be restored to my rightful place.
Oh god, here we go. Oh man.
Suicide? No. I mean, he would never do anything like that. He is not the kind of person to do anything like that. I mean, to hurt himself? No. Bruce? Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen, and the chair slipped, and I kind of hit the door with my face.
Okay, wait, this is... There are two different people that they're interviewing here. Not literally, but... Wait, oh my god, I think there are two different people. Wait, because the last time we looked at the bruise, it was on her left side of her... Well,
Yes.
our left, her right.
You hurt like hell.
No. Wait, this chick... The one we saw earlier... It was on the other side of her face.
I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes.
So there's two different people being interviewed here. There really are two different people. Oh my god, I think there really are two different people. Because if you're looking into the mirror, it would be the opposite. It would reflect. Wait. Yeah. So if you're standing in a mirror and you put up your left hand in order to mirror that, the other person on the other side has to put up their right hand. So it's literally like a reflection. There's no way. It's really two different people. So the white shirt is the white shirt girl is Eve. Because she lied on the polygraph when she said she was Hannah.
I mean, I don't know. Something must have happened to him on his way home. He could be hurt. I mean, why hasn't he phoned? I don't know. Hurt someone? Yes. But everyone thinks that from time to time, right? You just want to lash out. I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital.
So who actually killed?
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, He made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine.
Not in America, they wouldn't.
The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Oh, wow. That's real convincing.
Ask the hospital.
So yeah, so one of them committed. Why though? Why did they kill him? You know what I mean? Why did they kill him? I mean, it makes sense so they could be in two places at once and commit the crime, but why would...
Sure, I think. I do all the bills and paperwork and handle all the money stuff, so it should be easy for me to find. Do you want them dropped off to you? Well, there you go. How many kids? You have children?
So, which one is the one that could get pregnant? It was, this is so confusing. So Eve was the one, no, who lived in the attic? So was Hannah the one that could get pregnant or couldn't?
Yes. This happened. No. I was pregnant. Yeah. To him. Yeah. I hadn't decided. A witch. She throws.
Which one was it?
Yes. It's a fairy card makeup. Yes.
I don't know if there is anything to solve.
He made it himself. It was a special one-off. He made it. He decorated it. That's his thing. Where did you find it? It's okay.
You figured out the story? I don't know why they did it though, and I still don't understand which one actually did it.
Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again? I think so. I mean, to get into our garden, we'd have to climb through other gardens. All the gardens back onto each other, so you'd have to climb over 1, 2, 3 gardens to get to ours. I mean, did anyone see anything? Did anyone see anyone come and go? An intruder? No, I have never been unfaithful. I've never cheated on Simon.
This one is very, hostile, the one with this white shirt.
Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you. This is a nicer room. Is this where you take people when it's time to arrest them? Yes. No lawyer. What are you going to arrest me for? can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
What? I thought it does. The person does exist. Man, I don't fucking know. How do I know if I'm right? Like, this is just like so confusing.
I wasn't in the house. At the time they said it was poison, food poisoning. I mean, I felt so guilty. If I'd still been at home, maybe I could have done something. I don't know.
Don't worry, I have no clue what's going on.
And his throat. How? Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood. Yeah, he was dead.
So who was the one that left? The one that was pregnant? Who's the one that's pregnant? Forgot.
Okay. What, do you need to take that for your records? I've given blood before. Do you need to take that for your records? Nothing like this has ever happened to me before. The blood. It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me. She was sat behind him. She had my wig on. And she'd been there all day. And she had blood on her. And she was in shock.
So who was the one? Oh wait, the white shirt. Wait, so it was Hannah that murdered. But why? Because I have white shirt as Eve written down. But why? Can you click on the database thing next to the bin?
Simon's parents offered to put me out, but I didn't think it would be a good idea. It would be too sad. Not right now. I'm staying at a friend's.
You saw almost all? But like, I don't get it. Why did they do it? I still don't understand what the frick is happening here. So like, who's getting put in jail or arrested? Like, what's happening? I don't get it.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
What? I don't get it. I legit don't understand.
No, no one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone Simon knew from the Rock.
I don't understand.
They have been my parents' fingerprints. I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible?
No, dude, that's not how it works.
Fine. I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once burnt my hand on the oven.
No one asked you if you burned your hand.
Fingerprints? Yes. Yeah. I would have cleaned them. I changed the sheets too. Were the fingerprints in all those places? Really? Go on then. Take the cup. Run your fingerprints. They'll match. Fucking idiot.
I still don't understand.
When will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but... I haven't been into work. I guess I've just been waiting to hear from you, hear from my husband.
Is that...
Okay. I'll try my best to remember.
Dude, I don't understand.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about our argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes. What about us?
I don't understand.
It's all that matters, really. The baby. Simon's dead, but the baby, that's how he will live on. Our baby.
I have no idea what is going on. I literally don't get it. There's like barely anything from that night. Like there's barely any like explanation of what happened. You just used the freaking glass and just sliced his throat? Like that was it? You know what I mean? Like, that's it?
No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way.
I don't understand. It was in the recordings, but in separate pieces. That was like the shortest thing ever.
I don't know if anyone really changes. You just become more yourself. Simon was my prince, and that hasn't changed.
It had like 2 things from that night. She walks in, like it doesn't really say much. What? Wow, you decided to put him in the bag and that was it? That's literally it? Why did they do it? Because she was mad because one... I don't get it.
Then she told me she wanted to help more. She said I should move in with her. She would come clean with Simon about me. I was family. I couldn't have a baby in a bedsit. I told her I didn't want to tell Simon. Told her to wait for the time being.
So Eve is the one that's pregnant. But this whole... like, I genuinely don't understand. Why?
God, I don't know.
Great.
Could be anyone.
Oh, of course I could.
Maybe someone followed him back from the pub. But why would he let them in? Doesn't make sense.
I don't understand why, who, like, is there actually 2 separate people? So who killed? Hannah killed Simon, but why? Because she was jealous that Eve was pregnant and she couldn't get pregnant? I don't understand.
Yeah, I had to let myself in. The door locks if it swings too. Yes, I always pull it shut and then lock the bigger lock with the key. No, I don't think it was. I turned the key, but it was already unlocked.
But I don't actually know if that, but like why? She just killed him because she was mad that she couldn't get pregnant? It does, like, just sounds so stupid. And are there really two different people? They had a person hiding, living there in the attic for the longest time? It just doesn't sound right.
Could I have a cup of tea? A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Just 1 sugar. Maybe a fresh cup of tea? Just the 1 sugar. Thanks. Is that kind of recording? Black, no sugar. Thanks. Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
They like their coffee different. It's kind of cool. So it is two different people. It's got to be two different people. So, but why? I don't understand. So that one's got to be Hannah. Is she wearing the black shirt? I don't get this. I don't understand what's happening.
A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Just 1 sugar. Just the 1 sugar.
Is there 3 people here? Like, honestly, at this point, I think there might be 3
black,
people.
no sugar.
Man, I don't understand.
Oh, tastes fine to me. As long as it's black and strong, I'm good. Black coffee, thanks.
So the orange shirt... Is it Hannah?
If one of us got hurt, the other one bruised, another girl, give her bugs, nits.
I don't get it, man.
Okay. No. Coffee for today, thanks.
I don't get it.
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality.
Oh.
It's an apple and a snake.
Okay. Like, I don't even know what to type in to get something to come up. I have no idea, dude. The videos you haven't seen, like, I'm missing this whole chunk of stuff right here. I don't understand, like, what happened, like, why they did it. Like, I don't get why they did it or even how they did it. What, the mirror? It was just the mirror, the glass from the mirror? That was it? And just decided to just lash out? Like, this is the dumbest thing I've heard of. There's actually 2 different people? Why is there no answer? Hi, Castle. I don't understand.
It lasted about 6 months. I tried to carry on, but everything was different. Hannah insisted I not pretend to be her around Simon, let alone sleep with him. We didn't share him like the others. The rules had changed. Me living in the attic had become weird in a way it hadn't been before.
So it really is Hannah that killed. She didn't want to share, but that doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't she just kill her other half? This makes sense.
In the bedroom? That can't be right. In the bedroom?
She said it. Why? Was it not what I just said? They didn't want to share him, I guess. I don't know, dude. I don't get it.
No. No, Simon didn't play guitar. He wasn't very musical. He liked to listen, but he was tone deaf. There was a conference, something to do with double glazing, in Oxford.
I don't understand.
No, Simon wasn't seeing another woman.
Guess maybe he was. There may be a clue that you missed? Oh my god, well, how the fuck am I gonna get this? To me, it just sounds like she was mad. So the real wife was Hannah. I'm so confused, but then she says that she had a miscarriage at 8 months. Like, she obviously wasn't 8 months pregnant. Was this before? Dude, I'm so freaking lost. I don't understand. Why isn't there, like, an answer? How the frick are you supposed to mattress, man? I don't understand. I don't understand any of this. It's not just the story of the murder. I don't know what it's a story of. Like, it's just dumb.
I remember the ticket, of course. I paid it without telling Simon. Didn't want to get told off. And they put points on the license. Yes, I understand my rights. No, I don't need a lawyer.
That's because she didn't do it.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. A bit sexy. We were 15.
So that's Hannah. The blue shirt is Hannah. She seems like more of the daredevil type. No wonder she killed him.
No. No, he wasn't wearing his wedding ring.
I can't believe they actually are two people. So, am I at least getting that part right? Hannah murdered Simon. It spoils you. There's more to spoil? Dude, I feel like I don't understand what else there is. I'm like literally sitting here like a stupid dumb bot idiot. But why? But why? Do you know the reason for the murder? Well, what I said.
Something? No. Simon and Eric arguing? No.
That they couldn't stand sharing him anymore. And what, is Eve pregnant right now? Eve is pregnant, so Hannah was pissed off. So Hannah killed Simon, which doesn't make any sense.
I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
They said that they shared him, and then she got tired of it.
Must think it's very cool that their dad is a police detective. No, it's okay. The other detective has just gone to get me one.
I just don't understand.
Yes. I thought about telling Hannah. I felt guilty after the kiss. But then it began to feel like this was the way it should be. Sharing. like we had before.
They are sharing.
He never mentioned her to me. There was the Simon with me and the Simon with her. It was almost like it was a different Simon.
Oh my god.
But
She had even the attic, right? But they were they were sharing him.
after the kiss, the next time, he took me back to the house, to our parents' house, to their house. So, it was definitely him. I sometimes think he wanted to get caught to prove to himself that we were different people. He told me about his marriage, told me how his wife was completely different to me.
What?
I almost burst out laughing.
But he didn't know. Right. Yeah, I did get that part. But why? I don't get it. Right, I know he thought he was dating the same girl. I'm saying that the two girls had to share him. And they didn't want to share him. Stupid. I'm missing this whole spot right here. Hannah was pregnant. Yeah, like freaking forever ago. When they were 17. That's why the parents forced their marriage. Okay. That makes sense. But then she had a miscarriage, right? Okay. So are these people twins? Yeah, she lived in the attic. Oh, hang on.
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all. Simon never went up there. When she went home, Simon had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had. She knew that instant. The look on his face. She knew.
What? She knew she was gonna frickin' murder him?
She sent him out the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was.
Okay, this is what the parts I'm missing.
She called me sister on the phone. She never calls me that. My sister is gone. And she's never coming back.
What? Okay, what happened to this? I'm gonna have to go look it up myself, I think, because I don't understand the point. That was so... Oh my god. Oh my god. So they're sure two different people. Yes, we've established that. I'm still just trying to figure out why she killed him? And it doesn't even really say how. Oh, she broke the mirror and then she just sliced him. Like, what? One was married and moved out. So how did she just stay up in the attic? This is so unrealistic. Can we get to the part of why? Does it say why? Because I'm like so done with this, and I might just Google it. I'm probably just gonna Google it because I don't know. Why? My head hurts. So we've got Matt broke the mirror, killed him. Okay, that's it. Oh, look at that.
Are you arresting me? No. Fuck off. Open this door.
Oh, that was so helpful.
No, I'm okay. Fuck.
Okay, well, this is dumb. I'm missing this huge chunk. Like, how am I missing that? Alright, well, I'm done with that. Get me out the game! Alright, you know, that was fun at first. My head hurts, I'm done. That was, like, good up until the point where it doesn't tell you everything. Kept you occupied? It really did, but that's so annoying. I, like, spent all that frickin' time, and it doesn't even tell you. I just want to know why. Does it say why? Like, it literally is just because she was mad that Eve was pregnant? That's it? And how's the other chick not mad? Oh, that's so stupid. That story was dumb. Alright, so it was just the whole pregnancy thing. That's stupid. That doesn't make sense. Like, you should just, like, murder the other. Like, why would you murder the dude? I'm exhausted now. I feel like that was a very different thing. I was considering playing that telling lies game, but since this is how this one ended up, I'm not so sure about that anymore. My head is now hurting.